How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the channel. Bear vs. Wolf here. My name's Matt. If you're new to the channel, lots of gear reviews and a little bit of covers and some drum instructional videos, all kinds of stuff, music-based here. So if that's what you're into, subscribe and like. Thanks for coming to check this thing out. Basically, what I'm doing today is just a little bit of a kind of a sort of a Friedman Runt demo slash rig rundown of my gear here. And basically what I've been using lately. I've been a bit of a Kemper guy over the past year or so. Tried out the Nano Cortex. If you see my videos there, you know I wasn't a big fan of that. You know, dabble with the Kemper back and forth and kind of fallen back in love with this Friedman in the room sound here. So basically just going to go through some sounds of it, a little bit of a demo, not really a review, so to speak. I love the amp. If that's my review, I love it. So here's a little bit of a demo of what we got going on. So a little bit of a Strat clean thing here. So first thing on the pedal board list, as you'll see in the second view here, is the Peterson strobe tuner. Love that thing. Very, very accurate. You can set it for acoustic. I think it's actually set for an acoustic guitar right now, but working for the electric. So, all right, so here's the clean sound. So clean, really nice. Doesn't break up a whole lot, but it will with the humbuckers, which we'll do in a little bit later. So the first thing I basically add, we're in 4-cable method here. We got the Boss RV6 for a little bit of a hall sound, kind of longer for this, but just something like nice and smooth. So pretty nice. Part of using this amp, I've been getting into the Bugera Power Soak. So this thing's pretty loud, even at I think it's 15 watts, if I'm remembering correctly. Might be 20. It's loud, and so even sitting here on this setting now, it'd be blowing your head off. So went ahead and got the Power Soak, the Bugera, and so now you're able to have. I've got the clean channel, you know, 20% of the way up. But the Power Soak is in there taking some of that level back down, so you can have it kind of cranked and get a little bit of soak or a saturation out of that. So here is, which I think is the 4th position. Really nice balanced sound. You have 3 settings on there. You can have, you know, no top end boost. You can have a little bit of top end boost and a lot of top end boost. I have it on the middle setting, which is some top end boost. For the Strat, it gets a little bit bright, but it's a good bright. All right, so pedal number 2, I love a good tremolo. So this is just a Joyo tremolo. I think I got this used for 30 bucks. Really nice, good, just general tremolo sound. Really cool. You can't do the stop like you know, where you have the turning it off and on, the fully tremoloed effect, right, where it's chopping. You need a different pedal for that. Thinking about getting the Boss pedals someday soon, but for now, loving this. Okay, turn that guy off. We go with the next on the board. We have the Annie Timmons pedal from JHS, the Annie Timmons Plus, AT Plus. This is just a boost. So getting into that drive territory. adds a little bit of grit, hitting the front end a little bit harder. Go on the, this is not quite a humbucker. I think they call it a full range pickup. Gets pretty darn close. Goes back here first. Okay, here is just the drive, like the full drive. That was the boost side of the Andy Timmons. Here's the drive side. Really nice for that kind of stratty sort of single note thing. Here's a full range. Really cool. Let's jump over to the next pedal first. We got the Brig from Strymon, low delay. Has a tap on this, set pretty slow. You can do two type of not a head, but two type of delays on there, and one is shorter, one is longer. It's on the longer setting now. Pretty nice. You hit that with a little bit of boost, now you're cooking. Pretty nice. All right, let's put them both together. So now you got the boost and the full lead. Humbucker side, basically. Get there. It's not, like I said, it's not a humbucker quite, apparently, but got a lot of juice on it. That's with both. All right, let's kill the gain real quick. All right, real quick, I just want to do a comparison here between here's the Timmons, and here is the Runt lead channel. This is channel 2. Got it a little bit louder right now. I'll compensate for that in post here. And here's the Andy Timmons. Sort of darker right now, but it's a nice little complement to each other so that it can have kind of a little darker thing and a little bit of a brighter, more, just a little bit of that top end. So here's that. Again, this is the Runt now. Great. I mean, it just sounds great. All right, let's hit that. We've got the delay back, and then we'll hit it in the front end with a little bit of the boost side from the Andy Timmons. Here's that. It's not barely turned up. It's at like 3 out of 10. This amp goes to 11 like the Friedmans do, and like all Friedmans do. Literally at about like a 3. So the Bugera is obviously, the Power Soak the gear power soak is pushing that back down a little bit so it's not blowing my head off in the room. It's actually pretty quiet in the room. It's not, I mean, it's up, but it's not like taking your head off. Probably about 90 some-ish decibels, 95 if I had to guess. Just killer. Just give you the single coil. Really nice. Just really quickly, let's go back to just the Timmins pedal lead, so boost and drive on. It's dropped in volume, but I'll try to compensate for that. All right, and really quickly, we're going to jump over to a humbucker, like a real humbucker. So give me 1 second to get that, and we'll be right back. Okay, so here we are with the humbucker. This is the John Petrucci Sterling version, not the Music Man version. It does have the supposedly same pickups that came out at the time, Sokoa top. So yeah, that's that. We're going to leave the reverb on, go from there. So you're going to hear right off the bat, this is a clean channel with nothing else on it. It is dirty. I didn't change the amp at all. It's the same setting, so that's just humbuckers hitting it harder. It's already breaking up. Here's the humbucker, or the bridge humbucker. I just love that. The reverb's like a little much for it. Just to give it like a little bit less. But nice. Okay, we're gonna go a little faster here. Here's if you kick that in with a little bit of a boost. Rhythm. A little delay on that thing. Lovely. Okay, so here is all of it. Well, actually, let's go to just drive real fast. So still that Timmins pedal. Almost like a Boston thing, kind of like the Rocktron. It's got like a mid-range thing I like a lot. All right, everything on. Here's the delay. Here is the boost into the drive of the Timmins, and we got it all. Rhythm side. To me, that sounds killer. All right, so let's go. Just give it the full bore. Here's the Friedman. It's gonna be hopefully not. A little bit louder. So that's the Friedman Runt gain channel. Really nice. The gain's about halfway up on there. You got plenty more to go if you need it. All right, here's a boost. Here's a little bit of delay. Really mid forward. I do have the mid-range up a bit on the Friedman. You can obviously mold this thing to sound how you like it. If you like more top, more bass, all that good stuff. I'm not going to go through every little knob and turn. It's not that kind of video, but you can get all kinds of sounds out of it. This is just a general. So here's that mid put. I do have, just to say, I do have the mids up. Yeah, it's just great. Cool stuff. All right, bass pickup. Yeah, man. To me, that sounds really damn good. Really, really good. Well, that's about it. Just a little bit of a rundown of like the rig I've been going through these days and using. If you've seen some of my videos, especially the last video, the body jar video, was done miking this Friedman amp. And a lot of my stuff before that has been through the Kemper, and so I'm kind of transitioning, maybe sometimes using the live amp in the room, since I got it, I think, sounding pretty good. So let me know what you think. That's the Friedman Runt. With some little bells and whistles and toys. So thanks for watching. Bear vs. Wolf. See you in the next one. Bye.